Wow, okay. Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right. What up? What is up? What is up? What is the goings ons? What's happening? How y'all feeling? Black, 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 bliggity, black, black, black in the house. Booyaka, booyaka. What's up, people? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to my house in the middle of the street. My house in the middle of the street. My house. This is Tim Black Show. Friday nights, Friday mornings. It's Freedom Friday, Johnsons. Come on now. Give it up. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Breakdown. Huh. Yeah. Phone lines are open. No trolling. No cap. What up, Twitch? Give it up for Twitch. Twitchers. What's up, Twitch? Anybody on Twitch? What's happening, Twitch? My people on YouTube, what's going on, guys? Hey, what's going on? Context Matters. Katrina Watson in the crib. I see you. Nina Boo. I see you, Angry Panda. Sherry, I got you. Adam, what up? What up? What up, Tyler? Nancy Drew. What it do? What it do? Nancy Drew, what it do? Mysteries. Nancy Drew mystery novels. That's what I heard. I remember that. Folks, my people. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? What's up, Nora Mumian? What's up? Okay. John, what's up, John? And you know, we're gonna have some fun tonight. And you know what? David, what's up, David? What's up? Whoa, what's up? Hold on. My brother David Melford up in this motherfucker. He wore a Tim Black button at an interview. Sent me the video like, I'm wearing a No Joe button, man. And I think that's why they didn't get me. They didn't promote me because I wore this damn button. But thank you, Tim Black. Speaking of No Joe buttons, I got my racist people suck button. How about that? I'll put that one on. I never wear this one. I forgot I had this one. It's like this jacket doesn't work well with pins. It's a thick old jacket. You know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. Got it. Come on, man. There we go. It's something. There it is. Yeah. No Joe's around here somewhere. I found it during intermission. I found a No Joe button during intermission. This one's Nobody's Taking My Cornbread. Remember that? Remember No One's Taking My Cornbread? Who's been around since I used to do the cornbread monologue? No one's taking your cornbread. That's your cornbread. You better keep your cornbread. They trying to take your damn cornbread. I used to do that. So, it's just fun memories is all I'm saying, Johnson. We've been here a minute. We've been celebrating the longevity of this channel. The longevity of it all. Sign of the times. Sign of the times in the house. What up, music and mayhem. Damn, music and mayhem say gonna take my cornbread. See what I'm saying, Johnson? Gonna steal from a brother. You took rap music, you took jazz music, you took country and western music, you're going to take the cornbread too. Damn it, Johnson. Okay. You guys want to have some fun tonight? Let's do a little bit of both. Let's do some fun. Let's tell some uncomfortable truths. Let's hurt some feelings. Let's slay some sacred cows, figuratively speaking. I told like a parable using a rooster where someone ate their rooster. And somebody who never gets laid said, "Poor rooster, we have no reason to eat animals." You know, sometimes I hate Twitter. You know, just random motherfuckers jumping up, telling you about their, wanting to take digs on people just randomly. Just randomly. If you're not as angry as me, if you don't feel the same level that I feel of disgust of something, that means that you're a sellout. Who would have known? I'm the guy who created a show called No Sellouts. For some people, for some reason, people thought it was H.A. Goodman's show because he's white and Jewish. But no, it was my show. I'd had other people on the show before H.A. Goodman. He joined me. That's why I was always on my channel, because I own it. He was a guest in my house. But that's how it is, You can't imagine a black man actually owning something, come up with an idea of something. It's impossible. Gotta put the white guy in front. Just gotta firm balance. But even though I started that, now I'm kind of upset about it because people are really, everything's a sellout. I mean, everything. Not just the CBC. Yeah, you're a sellout if you say someone fucked up and that they're wrong and they should never do that shit again. To say that somehow is still a sellout because you didn't say, "Let's kill him." Yeah, cut his fingers off, feed him to him. Yeah, if you don't say that, you are a Sambo. Like I said, sometimes I hate Twitter, y'all, because Twitter got these morons. In the real world, they have no friends. No one knows them. In the real world, they do nothing. In the real world, they mind their business and shut up or they get punched in the mouth. In the real world, they don't do this shit. But online, Avenger! Fake names, fake avatars, in bold stances. It's a comic relief for them. They enjoy it. They don't mean if these people on Twitter in real life were the way they are on Twitter, we wouldn't have no problems in this country. All this shit would be fixed, Johnson. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Koala bear. If y'all motherfuckers was half as active, half as progressive, half as whatever the fuck you put on Twitter, all this shit would be fixed. We'd have no mass incarceration. The water would already be clean. Black people would already have reparations. We'd already have health care. I mean, if half of y'all motherfuckers. Because, see, this is what I think. I think half of y'all, more than half of y'all, I think 80% of y'all are just this. Be holier than thou and say a bunch of stuff and go after people. And most of the motherfuckers just want somebody else's spot. That's all it really is. It's just like motherfuckers think, that's what it is. I'll admit I'm trying to move up. I've been doing this 10 years. I have an entire family depending on me. I admit I want my shit to be more successful. But they don't want to admit they just want to be me. They don't want to admit they want my spot. They want to pretend, oh, I'm holier than thou. And dummies just think, hey, this person's holier than thou. Look at the holier than thou person. Boy, I tell you, they would probably jump in front of a bullet to stop a bullet from hitting. These people are amazing. They set themselves on fire like the people that protested in Vietnam if they had to. That's what they would do. These people would walk on glass, burning hot lava and charcoal briquettes with no shoes in order to just have equal rights for panda bears or some shit. That's what they would do. Nah, motherfucker, they just want to sit here. That's all it is. They want to rise up. They give their right nut to be Kyle Kalinske. Or Vosh. They got no fucking compass. You think they came from? Bunch of frat boys, bunch of kids living in their mama's basement or studio apartment or one bedroom somewhere with a bunch of fucking opinions. No actual application of them in real life. Haven't literally done anything real life-wise. Nothing. Ever worked as an activist? No. I have. Ever worked as a journalist? No. I have. They've done nothing ever but talk all the, and the worst part about it is people listen. Not only do they listen, they troll you based on something a goofy motherfucker said who's done none of those things. And once again, if they were so great at what they're talking about, all the shit they talk about, why we still got all these problems, Johnson? Why we still fucked? If they so, we know, what is it? What is it? They're all so willing. So, I want to laugh at it because it is hilarious. But it's not funny. It's hilarious, but it's not funny. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, right? Racist people suck. They do. Buttons all twisted. I gotta cut this into videos. So the buttons gotta at least be right. Let's start off with the Olympics. Let's start off with the Olympics because, guys, this is crazy. Okay. I didn't know this about the Olympics. I gave myself a tutorial. A tutorial, right? Remember One Man Show here? When a story comes up and I want to understand it more than just read it, I have to do research, find out what the fuck is going on, check various places because one place will tell you one thing, another place will tell you another thing. It's like, what's right? I'm at the mercy of the sources. I know you want to blame me, but I'm at the mercy of the sources. I do my best, but these motherfuckers can lie real good. Sometimes when they doctor videos, it's hard to tell, Johnson. It takes, and also, when they lie in these articles, Johnson, when they lie in the articles, sometimes it's hard to tell they lying, that they're leaving out a whole bunch of shit. But this story, how many people heard of Eileen Gu and Zhu Yi? Eileen Gu and Zhu Li. Now, these are Olympic stars, okay? Anybody heard of them? You heard of them? They're both from California. They got some things in common. They're both from California. They're both young women. And they're both getting a whole lot of backlash because they both changed their nationalities to compete for China. They're American citizens, but they're competing they're in Beijing right now competing, and they're on China's team. They're on Team China. So a lot of conservative media groups are, oh, how dare they? Oh, how dare they? They're Americans and they switch up their traitors. They are lousy traitors. How dare they? How disgusting is that? How pathetic is that damn group that, how dare they? No good. They're ungrateful. We let them come here and order pizza and stuff, and we don't call them names out of, we don't curse them out and call them all type of racist names when we see them all the time. We allow them, they let them live here among us, with us. We let them live here among us, you know, and, you know, how dare they do what they want to do? So I'm like, wow, that's really rough the way they treat these young ladies. These are kids. These are kids that are like 18, 19, these are children. I have a backache that's older than these kids. So now it's really taken to a fever pitch. Fever pitch. Black card, Tim, give me that shit. You said motherfucker said fever pitch, dog. I thought you said he was black, Johnson. Come on, man. This motherfucker said fever pitch. Black people don't say fever pitch, man. The noise getting hot. The noise getting loud than the mofo. Oh, okay, all right. Stay that way. Don't go to fever pitch. So anyway, what's happening is one of the women, Elian Gould, she won. She became the youngest ever Olympic freestyle ski champion. She's 18 years old, and she has that designation, Johnson. So they really came for her. Oh, man, they're coming at her with razor blades, grape juice, lemon slices. They're coming at her hard, man. Woo! So they're really pissed off. And then to make matters worse, what's worse than winning? Falling. Zhu Yi failed during the competition, and Americans applauded. That's something for you. That's the love there. Way to be adults about it. Way to be grown-ups about the whole situation. So I'm like looking at this, right? I'm like, okay, wow, that's wild. That's bad. This is not nice. This is horrible. And I said, wow, is this regular that people like do this? How can you be American and play for China? Then I realized it's pretty regular. Like, it happens all the time. In fact, over half of the China's women's hockey team is made up of Canadians and Americans. It's like getting picked for a team. Like, there's no boundaries. Anybody can pick you. And you can say, hey, you want to play for Saudi Arabia? You want to play for France? Do you want to play for? And you can say yes or no, and you can go be there. So, I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting. Oh, here we go. So you now know who Elaine Gu is and Zhu Yi. Do you know who Jake Chilios or Jeremy Smith are? Those are white guys who did the same shit, Johnson. These are white guys who did the same shit. And nobody complained. Hey, Mo! Nobody complained. So the white guys do it. Tucker Carlson and wannabe Tucker Carlson, no one says shit. Jesse Waters doesn't make a horrible, unwatchable segment. Nothing happens. The ethnics, they do it, and oh my God, how about they're betraying? So white people can't betray America. But the people that aren't American, come on, Johnson. Yeah. What's this say? This is telling me that the white guys can't portray America because they're white guys. They go do whatever they want to do. But the Chinese, and they're Americans. I thought America was American. I thought you was American. But see, whiteness is American. See? Anybody else, whether it was Colin Kaepernick taking a knee, Elaine Gould and Zhu Yi playing for China, you have lost your American card. Once you do something that they don't think is American, even though other white Americans are also doing it. Yes, even though. So, go to hell. Racist, conservative jackasses having a problem with this. Get over it. And as Elaine Gould says, cry about it. Cry about it, cry about it, cry about it. Go somewhere, cry about it. Okay, next story. Now let me update you on this now. DeMontario Gibson, young man who was almost killed by two raving psycho white terrorists in Mississippi as he delivered FedEx packages. There was a press conference today because there's some things about this that we don't know yet. Let's find them out together.
Thank you, Mr. Bryant. And I echo the sentiments of Mr. Moore and Mr. Bryant. Again, my name is Rodney Diggs of Ivy McNeil Wide Purcell and Diggs. We're the largest black-owned law firm in the nation. And once we heard about this, the Cochran firm was gracious enough to absolutely bring us on to assist with this matter. Now, I echo the sentiments of what Mr. Moore and what Mr. Bryant said, but in addition to that, we want to give a warning to FedEx because they're not out of this at all. What's interesting is after Mr. Gibson made these complaints to a supervisor, multiple supervisors, they didn't show any concern. In fact, what they wanted Mr. Gibson to do was complete his route. Complete his route after he just almost lost his life. You have bullet fragments in the truck and in the car. Clearly, someone that young that has dealt with this sort of shooting as it happened in the Ahmaud Arbery style is suffering from stress and for sure PTSD. You shouldn't require a young black male who just experienced racism at its highest height in the 2022 to continue to do work.
Okay. Side-eye. Okay, so I found out today that this is kind of regular. Yeah, I was very appalled at it, and I'm still appalled by it. I think it's horrible, it's fucked up, that if you get almost murdered, somebody would be like, could you finish your shift, though? Yeah, just, yeah, it's kind of standard business practice. Guy hit me up on Twitter, responded to my thread about it, said, Tim, I seen it happen to people getting robbed in stores, all types of shit. You know, just act like, and as I pointed out on Twitter, they don't treat us as human beings. And that's pretty standard. Like, there are a lot of companies that have done that, I think, but it's horrible. It's horrible to do. So, in response to all the backlash you've been getting, FedEx, they have reinstated the pay for DeMontario Gibson. Yeah, they reinstated his pay because they suspended him because he didn't finish his route. Yeah. That's right. When he stopped making his deliveries, they said, oh, that's it for you, buddy. While recounting the story to Mississippi Free Press last week, Gibson said FedEx had initially asked him to return to the route after the shooting. When he declined, the company placed him on unpaid leave. Today, the company reinstated his pay. Yeah. Now check this out, guys. They put him back on the the same route the next day. He rode it for 2 days. It was too much on him. He couldn't bear it. And then they sent him home without pay. He's at home without pay or on unpaid leave because he could not handle the stress of going on that very same route. They didn't even change his route, Johnson. They didn't even change his route. Now, I get it. If you work at a store, you get robbed and you're freaking out, if that's the only store they got, that's the only store they got. But if they got a bunch of stores, say, well, hey, let's send you to another store. Might be very traumatic. Very traumatic to deal with the fact you got robbed. Somebody stuck a gun in your face for us. For this shit we're selling. Whatever it is. FedEx couldn't have him run a different route. There's got to be lots of routes. They didn't even take him seriously enough to have a white guy take his route. Obviously, they probably wouldn't have thought a white guy was stealing something by walking up on porches. Someone in the comments section said that it took them 8 days to arrest the shooters. I didn't know that. Still getting my legs under me on this story. 8 days. I guess because he was still alive. And since, black people's pain endurance is so high, they're like, he's fine. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just okay. He's just, he's black. He can take it. He's used to this. They were born to the sounds of gunfire, these black kids. These kids are resilient. Especially these guys. Oh, look at the way their women dog them on Twitter all the time. You could take anything. Well, not only are they going to pay him his back pay, they voluntarily offered to pay for counseling. Yeah, they should immediately institute a paycheck for this young man. He's gone without a paycheck for over a week. They need to do the right thing. So that's good news, Johnson. It's good news that this company did the right thing after being shamed, publicly shamed, that they've stepped up to do the right thing suddenly. That's great. That's great. There's so much to this story, Johnson. I'm not going to go any further. Just know that we will continue to follow this story. I will do a longer segment on this story because all of the miscarriage of justice that has occurred in this story is just so much. I mean, they didn't take this young man's complaint seriously at all. It turns out he thought he was shot at 4 or 5 times. Turns out it was more times than that. So we're talking about a very easily a murder charge should be in the works. How could you shoot at somebody numerous times and it not be attempted murder? So anyway, the FBI is involved now, and we want this taken out of the hands of local law enforcement because once again, local law enforcement is too close to the family. They're in Brookhaven. They're too close. See how institutional racism works? They already know they know these guys. Greg and Brandon or whatever it is. I think it's Greg and Brandon. All right. Next story. Canada convoy. The Canada convoy, Johnson. What is I did a podcast recently. Latin Waves. What's the name of that podcast? Tim Black, do you know the name of the podcast? It'll be out tomorrow. Let me get the name for you real quick. It's based in Canada. So that's cool, you know. Latin Waves Media, that's it. Latin Waves Media, that's the name of it. Anyway, and he brought this up as well. We had a conversation about a number of things. This is one of those things we talked about. The convoy. And how they're painting these people and how the media quickly paints any type of scenario that they want to paint. How the narrative is whatever they say it is. They choose what they want you to believe and think, and then they kind of build the story around what they want you to take away from the story. So I'm really just starting to get involved in this particular story, and I'm open to people talking about it, commenting about it, to like inform everyone else. What I know now, though, for people who are brand new, who haven't heard anything about it, the anti-jab mandate truck protest blocks U.S.-Canada border near Minnesota. So from what I gather, there's a group of Canadian truckers who are pissed off with the government over restrictions. They're blocking traffic at the border crossing near Minnesota. And I saw there was like loads of trucks everywhere, signs. Somebody had a horrible sign, like some crazy shit, and they tried to say the entire protest is about that. I don't know. But that's what my guy Stewart said from from the podcast. So there's trucks, there's tractors clogging up roads, and it's because they say their rights have been taken away because they don't have the jab or something. And they can't work, or they can't go in businesses, or they can't buy stuff, or they can't do stuff. They can't live because they haven't agreed to do, they got to show a card or something. So, I'm not a person that's down for, I don't think it's right to demonize people for choices. If people get to choose, and they don't choose the way you want them to choose, that's called freedom, right? Like, you can't make people choose what you want them to choose unless you make it a law. And if you don't make it a law, get what I'm saying? So I'm having a hard time like understanding exactly what's up, you know. It is Canada as well. So I thought Canada was nice. I thought people got along in Canada. I thought it was, maple syrup and snuggling and, I just thought it was easy going. I didn't know they were, pissed off Canada. Canada's pissed off, man. So, hey, let me know what you know. Let me know what you know. That's what I know. Let me know what you know. Okay. Since I don't have more on it and I'll just be talking, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop and go to my number one story. Yeah, because, see, I'm a glutton for punishment. Yeah, because, see, someone came in my comment section today. They were like, all right, Tim, let's see what you got to say now about your old friend, old Chappelle, your old friend Chappelle, old Chappelle, old Dave, the transphobe. Now he's blocking affordable housing. He's a NIMBY or something. He's a nympho. No, NIMBY, that's right, NIMBY. What do you think about your old friend, Tim Black? What are you going to say now? What are you going to say now about old Dave? I'm like, well, sounds like he just made an ageist joke. And since me and Dave are about the same age, I think I'm going to go with Dave because you probably say the same shit about me anyway. Yeah. We're both black. We're both over 45. And you're shitting on him. And you called him an old bastard. So I know that's what you call me. See, and look, and here's the thing. We have nothing in common. So there are people Everyone doesn't have to like me. Lord knows I don't like everybody. It ain't that type of show, Johnson. I got through a long time. I've been black a long time. I bet a lot of people didn't like me, Johnson, just looking at me, just my skin is like, ugh. So you think I give a fuck if you don't like me, Johnson? That's what you think? You think I lose sleep over the likes of you? That ain't gonna happen, Johnson. I'd be dead by now if I'm worried about this shit. I've been doing this 10 years, Johnson. I'm way past that point. Way past it. I don't give a fuck. But I want to go to Dave Chappelle and talk about what's happening with this property situation. Because, wow, if you looked at the news, and that's all you did is look at the news about this, the coverage of this, you'd be like, God, Dave Chappelle is a horrible mofo. Damn, he's once again put himself in the boiler. Come on, Dave. Black don't crack, but black birds, Johnson. You keep jumping up on that damn grill like, there's cameras on, Dave. What are you saying? Come on, man. They say Dave Chappelle shut down an affordable housing plan. Dave Chappelle shut it down. I'm like, damn. A black man has power like that? I'm torn. On one side of me, I'm impressed. The other side, I'm ashamed. I know we had that kind of power. You mean we can gentrify our own shit? Is that what you're saying? You mean he's controlling his own environment? A black man is controlling his own environment? Oh, shit. No! I know that ain't happening. I know that ain't happening. Turns out, it's a lot of people over there that don't want this fucking development to go through. There's only person's name you know is Dave Chappelle. They've been arguing about this shit for a while. For a fucking while. They've been talking about developing on this part of land since like the 90s. But now that you hate him, now it's a fucking conversation. Now that because you hate him because he did some jokes you don't like. Oh no. I don't know. Wait till you guys find out that there is hateful shit on the internet. Entire websites devoted to shitting on black people. Probably a little bit more effective than Dave Chappelle's 2 or 3 jokes that are a little sketchy. But fuck that. Let's keep this bug up our ass. It's only been 4 months. The wounds are still fresh to black. He made fun. And now you let him manipulate you on this story that has nothing to do with this. Okay, so once again, it's a housing development. Okay, so a developer bought some land, 50 acres or something, and they had a plan so they get these cut-offs. See, they get set-asides, and they say, hey, this is affordable housing. Motherfucker, did you read this article? Not the one from Slate that makes Dave the boogeyman. Not that one. Just the facts. Fuck the commentary. There's 143 units proposed. You know how many are going to be affordable housing? 3, motherfucker. 3. Just enough to make another New Jack City? Forget the name of that. What was that place, the Pit Tenement? Marcy Projects, motherfucker. 3 units out of 143 units. All the rest were going to go from 300 grand to 600 grand. But no, you don't get it. If they say, hey, this is affordable housing, then they get all these breaks and shit. So everyone does that. They just slap. Well, we're gonna build 300 units. We'll make 2 of them affordable housing. You know, to get the bonus. The bonus. It's a game, Johnson. Now, look, guys, I'm not saying I understand exactly what's going on. Not everything, you know, like, because I don't live there. But I think some people feel that this developer is an asshole. That's just my take on it. But no, people would rather buy the narrative that a black guy hates black people. That's what they're trying to say. Dave Chappelle is pulling a ladder up away from the other black people. Now that he's ascended, he doesn't want to be with, he just pulled the ladder. Instead of saying, hey, they got a quiet-ass neighborhood and they want some control over who comes in and buys shit and does shit. Like pretty much any other place. This shit wouldn't even be a story. Wouldn't even be a story if it was a white guy. So there's a story that you liked. Because you can go find some environmental shit, which is some of the complaints that people have, about why this particular development, they're not into it. If that's all rooted in the 3 units, that would be affordable housing. That sounds kind of crazy. Only the 3 units with affordable housing are the problem, or maybe the entire development's a problem. Maybe there's more to it. But we don't want to consider that, because that would be giving Dave, a rich guy, the benefit of the fucking doubt. Yeah, we can't do that, because he made them jokes that time. Yeah, he made those jokes, so we can't give him the benefit of the doubt, and if we give him the benefit of the doubt, we are sellouts. Sambos and coons. Isn't that right? Isn't that what it is? Yeah. Because MSNBC and CNN have determined that he don't like us. He's a rich, out-of-touch elitist. Wasn't that way 2 years ago? Wonder why. So I learned out what a NIMBY is. Wow, a black NIMBY. We've arrived. We fucking arrived, Johnson. Not in my backyard. Not in my backyard. George Carlin told us about that. Not in my backyard. Not in my backyard. People don't care about facts or details. Nope, no facts. Hey, excuse me, sir, I got some facts. Facts! No! I got details. No, get in the way! Lord Jesus Christ! God! He's killing me over here with these facts and details. I hate facts and detail. I want to be in the dark so I can just keep my notions. I like my cognitive dissonance. People are going to hate Dave Chappelle no matter what he does. Same thing goes for me. Whatever I do, people are going to hate me. Why? Because you didn't agree with that march that time. Remember that march? Motherfuckers are still hounding me about a march. Then most of them didn't even go to their damn selves. You didn't go to our march. Who is D. Montario Gibson, bitch? Case closed, face closed. Yellow Springs is a hippie town. Now, see, this is how fucked up we are. And this is the point I really want to get to, guys. Hear me on this. Hear me out. We are so far gone. We allow ourselves to be so gaslit that we'll let media paint a narrative and we just buy into it. Yellowstone is a hippie town. It's like a blue oasis in a sea of red. And you would rather believe the blue oasis in a sea of red hates the blacks than think for a second, like dig into details and just say, maybe there's more to it. I hope I'm not disappointed. Or something along those lines. But you'd rather believe the hippies are now conservative assholes and bigots with no other evidence other than this story. That's what I got a problem with. People allow themselves to be manipulated. And then it's, you know what, and it's fine. It doesn't even fucking matter what you think. Like, if you like Dave Chappelle or not, don't matter. If you agree with this, him not wanting this to happen as if it was up to him, other people made that decision, you know. But I guess if you invest $60 million in your town, people consider what you say kind of important because you're just not a person on Twitter complaining. But hey, you know, these are just details no one gives a shit about. And you've raised your kids there, your wife, you live there, yada, yada. And your parents, your dad, you know, live there, yada, 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 whatever. My thing is, it doesn't really matter what you think. When I have, because everybody can have their own opinions. I got an opinion, it's an ass, everyone's got an ass. Well, some of you don't. So sorry. But, yeah, everyone has an opinion, okay? So that's not the problem. We don't have to agree. My thing is, people are so mad at Dave. The same thing goes for Joe Rogan. People are so mad at Joe Rogan and Dave that they're mad at people that don't agree with them about Joe Rogan and Dave. That's fucking stupid. Yeah, like, I get upset about cops walking away from killing black people. I get upset about that. But I don't get so upset. No, I do. I do get upset about it. Y'all motherfuckers are more mad at Dave Chappelle's jokes and Joe Rogan's N-word, which I already said was fucked up. He shouldn't have said it. He don't get a pass. Ain't no fucking N-word passes coming from me. And I haven't made 10 videos or 7 videos defending him. And I never defended him. I just said, I'm not doing no one's dirty work. Fuck it. He's wrong. I said it. What do you want to do? You should never do that shit again. But, yeah. What you want? What? I don't know if he's racist, but he shouldn't have said that shit. And that Planet of the Apes shit, no pass. No pass. But you're more upset about that than motherfucking cops killing black kids. You're more upset about that than you are the Ontario Gibson. Big shout out 6 times, 7 times by 2 white-ass hillbillies while he was just doing his damn job. And then the police didn't even prosecute it, as that was reported here. And they told him to go back to work, and they had to work the same route. Calm as hell. No problem. No problem. And that was sort of what Dave's point was. See, people don't fucking get it. That was his point. His point was the baby could kill a motherfucker, and since he was a black person he killed, no problem. But if you even offend certain other people, oh Lord, sort of like Whoopi misspeaking, it gets fired for 2 weeks or suspended for 2 weeks. She misspoke. I don't think she meant any harm. As I pointed out in the video. She wasn't even trying to be funny. She was just black-splaining the H-cost, which is something white people do all the time when they white-splain black people, the black Holocaust. They do it all the time. It's almost done daily on Fox News, where white people add their 2 cents in about what they think about black people and black situations in Chicago, and what they think about this and slavery and what it's like. And this is just like slavery. I couldn't get my fucking cappuccino. This is like slavery. I had to wear a mask. This is like slavery. They add their 2 cents all the fucking time. Whoopi does it one time, and as powerful as she is, stripped. They ran a razor blade down her ass and threw lemon on her. But no, that's another conversation. We don't want to have these conversations because it gets nuanced. And once again, details and facts and good points are made, and you can't deal with that shit. Because it's right or it's wrong. It's either progressive, it's either super progressive, sanctioned by Marianne Williamson, or it's like, fuck you, you're horrible to you, you're Rush Limbaugh. There's nothing in between before we get to Rush. Nothing there before the Rush land. There's no. So what I just said, now the only downside, now I will admit, there are some downsides to this whole thing. There are some downsides to this, okay, with the Dave Chappelle thing. You can't stop a developer from developing. If he's already bought the property, you got to buy the property from him. He gets to put some shit up. He won't be able to put any affordable housing up. So part of the problem with this is, I will grant this, based on what I've read, now he gets to put whatever he wants up. Because you only get a say when it has affordable housing stamp on it or something to that extent. So the developer can build with zero. He can still build, but with zero affordable housing and no multifamily housing. But he can go straight with subdivisions, and there's no say at all, that the community will have no say at all, no input. So, yeah. So that's the bad side. That's the downside of it. Now, something can happen between now and then to change things, or maybe Dave will buy the developer out, and the community themselves will come to an agreement within the community itself, the small town that it is, on what to put there, what to make. But my thing is, when people hate you, they don't care. Nothing you say matters. Nothing that you say will matter. Your point of view doesn't matter. Facts don't matter. Details don't matter. In fact, they're just obstacles for them getting back to their talking points. You didn't go to the march. You said mean things about this person. You disagreed with this. You weren't upset enough at this. Therefore, nothing you say matters. So anyway, fun times, Johnson, fun times. Last but not least, and this really is last but least, look, guys, I'm rogued out. I really am rogued out. Like, I think we said everything that needs to be said on this. Right? Wrong. I don't even, I guess people needed me to keep telling them that I don't think it's okay for white guys, no matter how rich they are, no matter how famous they are, to use the N-word. I don't know why you thought I would be different on that shit. I don't know the fuck you watch. Maybe go ask some of your Caucasian commentators that shit. Just because I said I don't think it needs to be shut off Spotify doesn't mean I think what he said was right. Doesn't mean I agree with it. You don't think there's people that listen to my show who don't say, why they allow this guy to be on YouTube? You don't think that shit? I think there are people. In fact, I know there are people that think that shit. People think that about everybody. Everybody has haters. Whether you deserve them or not, Johnson. It's part of the business. So I could object to content, but not say, kick them off the platform. What's hard to understand about that? How is that sellout? How the fuck is that being a sellout? You fucking nincompoop. How is that being a sellout? You know what? Build your own podcast. Do your own show. Make your opinion matter. Get social credibility by doing it long enough that people want to give a fuck about what you say. And then you go ahead and talk. And be as venomous as you want to be about other people with different opinions. Free country, free world. And you get that ability to talk all that shit because you got freedom of speech. All right. That is it, Johnson. I tell you, man. I'm not going to change my tune. I'm not backing down. It is what it is. You have to go because of that? You willing to split up this happy home? Leave these kids blacklist? Leave the wolf pack without a wolf pack? Without a wolf pack guy? Leave the Johnson, cut the Johnson out over this? Shit. Yeah, it's amazing that people think a person who's lived a place for 20 years, his father lived there, roots deeply connected for almost, since, they can't fathom the person would give a fuck about the community. That's how bad they are. They think because a few black people got money, that now black people are white people with old-ass white, bigger than white people. That's what they think. That's what they think. Because a few black people got money, they think black people are the same, that we are the same. Now, I don't know if we are the same in everything or different in everything, but I don't out of hand just say, he's doing what white people do. Why come he can't just be him and the group of residents that also live there? Why come they can't have their own opinion? Why does it have to be Dave Chappelle don't like black people? He never gave me that impression before. And what gives you the fucking right to say that? What the fuck do you know that I don't know that he hates black people? I know one thing. I haven't heard white people that I've seen in the media talk about George Floyd the way Dave Chappelle did. So, see, that's not going to work with the majority of black people that don't hate him because he made jokes. Because I've heard a lot of white guys talk. They didn't talk about George Floyd the way Dave Chappelle did. So you're not going to be able to sell me on he hates black people and he hates poor people. Black poor people, because that's what most affordable housing is for, right? Come on, we gonna bullshit ourselves? So you're not gonna be able to sell me that he hates those people when he gave like the best breakdown of police violence, say violence on a black man in like ever. But all of a sudden, nah, I don't think so. And I think it's really fucked up. And I think some of your bigotry or stupidity is showing if you actually believe there's no way possible that these people can have a different opinion. And also, it's disappointing that grown-ass people that call themselves lefties or progressives, or whatever the fuck that term means, don't see media narratives being painted. And don't go, wow, why is everyone saying this? Like, duh. You sound like the Biden, but like the Fox News motherfuckers who said Joe Biden put these crack pipes in all these bags. I was like, doesn't sound like a Joe Biden thing. Sounds like a Hunter Biden thing. But no, turns out that ain't exactly what happened. It's like a kit of supplies that may or may not be And they gave money and the states are handling it individually. At least that's what I heard. So no, it's not true. But Biden's such a soft ass. He's caved in like, whoa. Come on, man. Come on. With some bullshit. But there are people that believe that too. They didn't look at the narrative that Fox News and the conservatives have. So people that say, my point is, there are people that say they don't believe CNN and MSNBC. They say that Fox News is a shithole, spreads propaganda. They don't believe that MSNBC and CNN can do the same thing. They don't believe it. They actually think that's better. They actually think that there's better, like, that both sides are capable of demonizing people in events and situations. See, I happen to know when people don't like you, they make up shit. They say shit. That's why I said on that. So anyway, fun times, Johnson, fun times. Let's go to phone calls. Hey, well, since we're having so much fun, let's go to phone calls. It's kind of raw for me because it recently happened to me. No one cared what I said. No one cared what I thought. Most of the motherfuckers didn't even ask. These people said this thing, and that was enough for them. I talked for an hour. These motherfuckers made a video of 30 seconds. And that's all it took for people that knew me for 10 years to go, Tim's changed. 30 seconds. So I don't do that to other people because I know what it feels like. Now to you, that may be selling out, kissing ass, trying to get on the Dave Chappelle show. Because that's always it. If I disagree with you, it's an ulterior motive. I can't even have my own fucking opinion on a commentary show. Because anytime my opinion doesn't jive with your opinion, the only reason why, it can't be maybe you're missing something. No. Or maybe we see it differently. No. It's always got to be, I'm trying to get a job at CNN, or I'm trying to work for TYT, or I'm trying to be Dave Chappelle's friend, or I want to be on the Joe Rogan show, or it's always something. What about you? Yeah, motherfucker. What about you? What do you want? Why are you thinking the thing? What's incentives that you have? Huh? You want to be a part of the groupthink? Huh? Huh? You want to get along with a certain group online that you fuck with, that you frequent? Certain Facebook groups or YouTube groups or Twitter groups or what? Or you got social pressure? Huh? Like, what is it? What? Everyone has their pressures. You don't have influences? But see, my job is to say my shit regardless. You would think a person who has the guts to set up for reparations in a black agenda, you would kind of be like, oh, that person's pretty much choosing one of the most unpopular stances amongst white people politically that you could take. It's right up there with taking away guns. And I don't know, what do you think I'm trying to do? You think I'm trying to get on, what am I trying to do? Get on the, why am I doing, I'm trying to get on, whose show I'm trying to get on? What am I getting out of that? Not these one-off stories that come through the door every once in a while that you disagree with. What do I get out of that? What do I get out of losing, 40% of my Patreon? Talking about black shit. Almost like 80% of the time. What do I get out of it? I'm just asking because every time I disagree with you or you disagree with me, it's because I'm grifting or I'm getting something. What am I getting? I want to know what I get. We want to know what we get. All the black people want to know what we get for setting up for this. It probably won't happen in my fucking lifetime. You know? You realize that? This ain't even about me, it's about my kids, dummy. But you don't even extend to me the grace that I could give a fuck about my kids' future. No, it's always some selfish, greedy, indefensible, horrible reason that you assign to people's beliefs. It's never that they care about something. It's never that in their heart, that's how they feel. It's never an honest point of view. It's always some nefarious intention attached to whatever we say. I can stand up for black people like a motherfucker on this show. And still, instead of you saying that's a black man, I get a corny bastard, these corny fake Green Party motherfuckers hounding me on Twitter. Scumbags, leeches, leches, horrible motherfuckers just trying to build up their podcast. You're too dumb to see that. I'm going to take a break. We're going to play some music. We'll come back. We'll do the rest of the show. Fuck off.
Thank you, Mr. Bryant. And I echo the sentiments of Mr. Moore and Mr. Bryant. Again, my name is Rodney Diggs of Ivy McNeil White Purcell and Diggs. We're the largest black-owned law firm in the nation. And once we heard about this,
All right. We are back. We're going to go to phone calls. I just want to add, here where I live at, recently, like maybe a couple years ago, they were putting in a casino. And they were saying, oh, these great jobs are coming with this casino. It's going to be great for the economy. It's going to be great for people to go, work. And it's going to give a lot of job opportunities to a lot of people, okay? So casino's going to be good, and some of the revenue will go to schools. A lot of the revenue will go to schools. So to be against it, they were like framing it like, how could you be against a casino when it's going to be an income booster? It's going to help people be employed, and money's going to go to the schools. I had a friend of mine push back on me and say, Tim, casinos are bad, man. It's going to be bad for us. I was like, what? He's like, well, people get hooked on casinos. People end up spending their rent money at casinos. People get robbed at casinos. It's going to be more crime with casinos. And I heard all that. I said, wow, I didn't consider, I was just looking at all the benefits of the people that were all the young people that would get a job. Because you could catch a bus to it. And, It just seemed like a great push. Well, turns out all those things came true. Turns out all the things that my friend said came true about this casino. And also, the money that was supposed to go to the school, the money did go to the school. But instead of it added it to the already school budget that the state had, they just took the money that they were giving the schools from the state budget, and put that money somewhere else. Now, albeit I don't know exactly where that money went, but it's not like they said they were getting $5 million for the schools, and then the casinos brought in another $3 million. It's not as if they got $8 million now. They took away the $5 million. Well, they took away $3 million and left $2 million so they could stay $5 million. See what I'm saying? So they funded the schools, but the schools didn't end up with more money. They ended up with the same amount of money they had before. But now we got more crime, more police and interactions, more reasons to pull people over. And we got people that can't afford it, who are broke financially or near it, desperate, taking what they have, going down to the casino just to lose it all in the hopes of winning some money. And then some people, once again, at the beginning, they framed it that if you were against this, you didn't want the black kids to have jobs, you didn't want this to happen, and you weren't supporting the community. So I want people to think sometimes the narratives fucking matter. All right. Now I'll go to phone calls. Testing. Okay, Johnson. Let's get the phone numbers up here. I'm going to go to my first call, 304. 304, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim, it's Iron Man Oz. You got me?
I got you, brother. What's up, man?
Hey, I'm on Bluetooth, so it's a different headset here. So you know how technology is. But hey, I'd say I love you, love the show. You talk about longevity of the damn show, back to the previous cornbread days. Love that shit. Hell, one of my favorites was the Della Reese. Going out of, oh yeah, let's get it on. Harlem Nights. Whenever Eddie Murphy shoots off that pinky toe.
Yes.
And
yes.
Richard Pryor looks at her, and Red Fox is like, "Oh, you done fucking with a heavyweight now, quit." That's one of my all-time favorite shows. Those was just like the trinity of comedy. You had Red Fox to Richard Pryor to Eddie Murphy in one movie. That is a holy grail right there. That should be just enshrined when you look at the decades of comedy in that one movie. That's just going back to the, if I was a little slurry here, you come in on a Friday night and I've had my adult drinks at the end of the week.
You good, man. No doubt.
Hey, I can't say nothing you already said. I was going to touch base on the Dave Chappelle shit too. You nailed it. You got to do your homework. Exactly what you said. 143 lots and were set aside in this township for zoning for the town to prove that they could build or not. Dave is a man that walked away from $50 million from Comedy Central over his convictions of what is right. I got Dave's back all day long. Dave can do no wrong in my eyes. I've watched him from a young guy to what he is now. And I've listened to every comedy special, every interview he's ever done. The man's got a very high IQ, very high IQ. There's nobody that can do a story and articulate it and get it across the way he does, make you laugh and make you think at the same time. When he said no, Dave is actually turning down money right now. If anybody's listening, Dave turned down money because if you're going to have, he would have said nothing because that does nothing but prop up his property values. From what I read, the average house that was going to go in was going to be $250,000 to $600,000 house, which means that's going to boast the property value of that township. But you're leaving 3 lots. And that's modern day redlining. You think those 3 lots are going to get prime property? Those 3 damn lots were going to get the swamp. They were going to get the edge of town. They're going to be probably zoned in another area. Those 3 lots, he understood it. The man did his homework. He understood it. And he's not a joking man. He'll pull all 65 million of his assets out of there. It's like, no, this ain't happening in my township. Got to move to his township just to be in a town council to see him come in. That'd be the closest I get to see Dave. I wish I could do that, but no, he had conviction. I mean, he has the conviction to actually go to these townships as big as Dave is, to go there and say, no, this ain't happening. I guarantee. The other thing is like I said, they would turn the story on him. If Dave didn't say a word, if Dave didn't say nothing and allowed this to go through, the narrative would have changed in the media. They would have said Dave allowed this development to come in and boast his properties while only allowing 3 lots to be for affordable housing.
There it is.
You know, you gotta watch the media. And I was so happy. I started the show here, and that was one of my topics I was going to pull on. That I didn't know if you knew about it or not, but I know better. You know about everything. But that was one of the things that was like, man, when it comes to Dave, you know, somebody trying to smear Dave. Dave is a solid dude. Dave is, you know, he's a man of his convictions. And, yeah, he wasn't doing that to hurt affordable housing. He understood that only 3 lots were going to be for affordable housing, and the rest were going to be for upper middle class to wealthy. $250,000 to $600,000 a house is a pretty good house. That's a really nice neighborhood to be living in. If you got a $250,000 home, you're doing good, you know? And he was like, no, he would have said nothing if all 143 lots were for affordable housing. But if somebody did the research and looked at the development group or whoever is trying to push this stuff, it's a bunch of old white guys that are, I'm just saying that, assuming, that are trying to use the guise of the government and tax breaks to say, hey, we want to make a lot of money and we'll give 3 lots to affordable housing to give tax breaks, government tax breaks, and all this other BS that comes with that nonsense. Yep. Like I said, that's the game. Dave understood the game. He sees the game. And you know, as big as he was to go into that town council and say, no, I'll pull all my assets out of here. I'm gone. And he ain't joking. He didn't joke with Comedy Central. He ain't joking now. So, yeah, you nailed it. You nailed the story. You put it out there. But, yes, you see the headline, but nobody does the research. God bless you. We have the internet. There's more than one story, more than one place to get the information. Yep. I've been fooled before and duped before until I actually did the actual research. Use the research. Don't buy the first headline. Don't open your mouth until you do the research. Mm-hmm. But you don't. I'm just saying.
Right.
That's what normal people do. Mm-hmm. But, hey, I'm going to let you go. I just want to say, hey, God bless you and your family. Hope you're doing good. The hat looks killer. I'm going to get me one of them. And, yeah, I've been around from the jump, too. What, 9-10 years now?
That's right.
Shit. My moderator wrench is so rusty right now. You got good moderators in the chat. Love the Wolfpack. I don't even have to use it. I watch them. They got shit going on. They got it all together there.
Yes, sir.
And you know, oh yeah, back in the H.A. Goodman days, you carried that pasty ass cracker. I can say that. He was trying to ride them coattails. He's one of those guys that wants to be on the team that's always winning. He doesn't have that, we're winning on this side, I'm going to that place. He's not one of those guys. You know, he's one of them. He's not entertaining as a pimple. I'm glad that's just personally me. Like I said, I watched it. It was like, man, this guy's just killing my vibe right now. I just couldn't watch him. Tim, I love you. Love your family. You take care. And I'm going to let everybody else chime in for tonight. I'm going to drink the rest of this 12-pack here. I got 3 more left, and then enjoy the show.
My brother. Good enough for Iron Man Oz, man. My brother. That's right. That's what's up, man. That's That's one of the original crew, man, out of West Virginia. Yeah, yeah, man. Damn good people, man. Damn good people. So I'm gonna keep it moving, man. And that's the thing, man. I'm not saying that Dave is totally infallible, but anytime someone does what Dave has done, which is turn down money for conviction, I give him the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. That's where I stand on that, because that is an action. That's not just words. That's an action of conviction. And that's rare. We may have never heard from him again. His life's dream, his life's work, turning down that money, being labeled the media said he was a crackhead the whole time he was a Muslim. They said he was a crackhead and went crazy. People believe that too. Just because he turned down the Comedy Central money. They ran that narrative, and a lot of people brought that too. People with certain people are willing to buy narratives. There was never any evidence of him being caught with crack. Nothing like that. He just turned down a deal. And they put that out there. But something's wrong with him. He must be a crackhead. Why would you turn down that deal? Something. And they ran with it. He was gone for 10 years. He was gone. So I take that in consideration. I know some other people don't. We ain't the same. I'm going to go to 719. 719, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim Black, John Masters out of Colorado.
John, what's up, brother?
I got a couple comments. Well, okay. Amir Locke. I've heard of driving while black, but I've never, heard of driving or getting shot while black or sleeping while black.
Yeah, we covered it on.
Amir Locke.
We covered it on.
What?
John, are you doing a news report or are you commenting on the news, bro?
I'm commenting on the stuff that you've talked about.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was it. That's just insane. Just the truck convoy. I thought it was Freedom Friday. I thought we were allowed to talk about what we want to talk about.
It's just sometimes when you call up, it sounds like you're doing a news report. It sounds like you're doing my show.
Well, I work on some of the things. Well, it's actually, I'm working on jokes. I'm just trying to make you laugh. But you said Freedom Friday. You talked about Schultz. You're like, you know what? I like how people are just hanging out and chit-chatting. So I was trying to add a little bit of that to it. I don't know what I'm doing. What are we?
Tell me about the convoy. What do you know about the convoy?
The only thing I wanted to mention about the convoy was that it's a good tactic. It's a good tactic. People are sick of the COVID stuff in France.
Uh-huh.
They passed a law that said that they didn't want all the truckers to descend on the Capitol. So they passed a law saying that they couldn't have truckers going to Paris. So I think this is just scaring the powers that be, scaring the people in government that instead of, like a million-man march where we all walk to the Capitol, what if we all just got in our trucks and drove to the Capitol? So that's my thing on the truck convoy.
It's up as far as it'll go.
I feel like you kind of...
Yeah, I just got a report that they couldn't hear you that well. The volume was too low. But I just cut it up as far as it'll go, bro. It's all the way to the top. All right. Yeah, I'm just...
So what...
Yeah, I was getting reports that they couldn't hear you on the phone.
What do you want me to do? Where are we at? What do you want me to say? Where are we at?
No, it was asking...
I actually had two questions for you. I was kind of going to probe. The Jewish question. I don't understand the Jewish question too much. You were talking about Whoopi, or we were talking about Whoopi Goldberg before with her saying, the comments with World War II.
Yeah.
Apparently the Jewish, it could be a religion and it could be a race too, right? So it's a religion and it's a race. If your mother is a Jew, is a Jewish person, then you're part of the Jewish race, even if you don't embrace the religion.
Okay.
Do I have that correct, or
Bro.
what do you know about that?
I'm the wrong person to ask, man. I just looked at it because I felt the Nazis considered them a separate race.
Right. That's what they say. But I guess the way I understand the spectrum of race is, well, the Nazis had the generic racism, so they're kind of like, black and brown people they didn't like, and then also some of these white people, they're not good enough too. So that's sort of how I understand the spectrum of that. But it doesn't make any sense to me, because if I want to become Jewish,
Okay.
I would learn the Torah, learn the Ten Commandments, and all of that, but that doesn't change my race. And then Bobby Fischer, he's the big famous chess player.
Right.
His mother was Jewish, but he was like anti-Semitic as hell. He's like probably the most anti-Semitic person on the planet. So that means, by that definition, his mother is Jewish, so he would be part of the Jewish race, but not the Jewish religion. It's just confusing. It's just I don't get it. I guess you didn't.
Damn.
I was hoping you had some insight on that, but you said you didn't. So
No.
the other thing I wanted to ask you about was blackness. Trevor Noah and you both you all heard the saying with the Joe Rogan N-word controversy was that it was you all that said that we're black. You all said we're black. Talk about white people, and that's true on some level. But Malcolm X in 1964, there's a speech actually I was just listening to, the Black Revolution, and he was talking about how, yeah, white people might have started this, but black people embraced it. They started saying, before it was black people were colored, black people were Negro, but then in 64, 65, black people were, I'm black and I'm proud. And yeah, I mean, I guess the question for you is, what does blackness do for you? Do you get some confidence? Does it give you a boost? Does it give you some strength? Because you say embrace your blackness. That sounds pretty empowering. So I feel like black people, have embraced their blackness. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll answer that,
that's
brother.
just some things to think about.
All right, John. Hey,
All
take
right.
care, man. Have a good weekend, brother. Give it up for my caller, John, y'all. Yeah. I feel you, brother. I feel you. I just got off on a bad foot, man. I guess I'm still a little pissed off about earlier, but that's your fault, man. My bad if I took it out on you too much. Well, look, here it is. Here goes my take on that whole blackness thing. The history of Americans treatment to black people, or so-called Africans, or so-called black people, I think is so degrading and so punitive, so horrific that I think it would lead some people to hate who they are. I mean, they were using the Bible and using genetics to say that black people are inferior to white people. If people said that who you are and what you are is deficient, then in a way to empower yourself is to say, you say I'm deficient, but I say I'm amazing. That's all that is. It's people trying to exert some type of self-esteem after being told by their government, the country that they live in, that they are less than human. They're still less than. That's what discrimination's about. I learned today about a man by the name of Carl Brander, who went to jail because he was an activist. He went to jail because he sold a property to a black family. This was in 1955, by the way. Not 1905, not 1865, 1955. The sentence was 10 years. The charge was sedition, rebellion against the government, because he bought a property and sold it to a black couple. And we live in a country that's diabolical, brother. And the treatment that black people have received in this country, it was either love yourself, be black or be proud, or die. And some people decided being proud was the only way to survive it. So that's how I look at that, man. And without any, hope that makes sense. 973, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Tim? This is not G, and I'm not going to be a regular, but you touched on some things that I had to tune into. First of all, that's correct. Also, the answer to the guy, I definitely agree with Tim Black. Blackness, I mean, it's not empowering. It's just embracing blackness is just a response to white terrorism. That's how plainly I could put it. I want to thank you for being balanced because I seen the Crackpipe story, and and again, like I said, I have my issues with Biden, so I could have easily just basically passed on the Biden's giving out crack pipes, and once I got new information, it was basically responsible to make that retraction or correction. So, you come up here every day and you have criticisms of both parties, Biden, but at the same time, you have enough integrity to say, oh, let me look a little deep into this and let me get it right. Even with the Dave Chappelle story, that's why I didn't really dig too deep into the Dave Chappelle story. I just let time go by till I got further information. Joe Rogan, I think this whole conversation is kind of like getting caught up on the N-word. And first of all, I just want to say, people, stop lying on black people, because it's really not black people collectively that's leading the charge on Joe Rogan. This has been a build-up from his alleged misinformation about COVID, and it also led into people digging up some things that he said in the past. Me personally, I don't want the N-word to be censored. You know what I'm saying? So, let me identify who you are. So I have no problem. You know what I mean? If you want to use it, use it. You know what I'm saying? If you feel that emboldened, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting to the point where I want to know who my enemies are. So I'm really not one to want people to be censored to a certain degree. But my biggest issue with Joe Rogan was not the N-word. It was having the people come on his platform that was talking about black intelligence and questioning whether black people are innately violent. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just in our nature to be violent, and people coming up on his platform, basically use it, giving them to talk, make these right-wing, bigoted, broad generalizations about black people. And it's not like Donahue. At least Donahue would have two sides of the argument. But even though Joe Rogan, you might have not said these things, but you gave people a platform to talk about black IQ or black people genetically violent. So that was really my big thing. Instead of people focusing on the N-word. And now people are also trying to make this comparison with Joe Rogan and Chappelle and saying that, they're going after Joe Rogan and Chappelle. No. Joe Rogan is no Dave Chappelle. And people like you who've been basically, basically setting the alarm on people like Joe Rogan, Jimmy Dore, Bill Maher. You know what I'm saying? So about time they do something that gets so horrendous and people start to really pay attention, people like you has already been sounding the alarm. That's two things. The last thing I want to talk about is the FedEx case with the FedEx driver who was basically in the same fashion of Ahmaud Arbery, just these vigilantes chasing him down. I had a similar situation happen to me during Hurricane Sandy. That was the big hurricane that hit the East Coast, New Jersey, New York. I'm driving to my grandmother's house. You know, the storm has just passed. My grandmother lives a few miles. So, you know, I'm just kind of like, let me hop in my car, let me race over there, check on my grandmother. I made a right turn and I made a left turn, but the left turn was going down a dead end. As I made the U-turn and I'm driving back, two white men flagged me down. So I pull over. You know, I'm just kind of thinking about getting to my grandmother, making sure she's okay after the storm. So one guy gets in front of my car, the other guy's on the side of my car and asks me, where am I going? But it really didn't resonate with me. But then once I came to my, once I kind of came to my senses, and I came to my senses, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, oh, these guys really got me boxed in, and asking me, where am I going? And I'm going too fast and I need to slow down. And so it didn't go to the extent of an Ahmaud Arbery, or it didn't get to violent like the guy, the FedEx driver, but just the balls, if I can say, just the audacity, just to pull me over and perform this police action after a hurricane, you know what I'm saying, and question me, where am I going? You know what I'm saying, slow my car down, so, but this is what we deal with as far as, being black men in America. And you still have people that make these distinctions, make these broad statements that there's a privilege of being black and male. No, there's no privilege of being black and male in this country. So that's all I got.
That's a lot, brother. Thank you so much, Najee, as well, brother, for coming through. And I appreciate you as always, bro. Man. Najee, man, that's crazy, man, that people... maybe from the outside it can seem like we're empowered. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's more of a... what choice you got? Hey, John, what choice I got, brother? You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, I had big dreams, just like most kids do. And my parents growing up when they did in the 60s, 50s and 60s, they saw life a certain way. Because that was the reality. I mean, my parents were alive when Emmett Till was lynched. And he wasn't the only one. We hear about, it's sort of like, I just recently put out a tweet about them determining just recently that cop murders or state murders by cops, they've been underreported, that it's really twice as much. Like, they've only been reporting half of the police shootings. So that means to me, basically, that they're underreported like 5 times as less. Like they 5 times as less reports of police shootings, because I believe most of them never get reported to be unreported. You get what I'm saying? Like they had these reports that were filed a different way. But I think there are reports that never get filed. I think there are actions that are done by police that never make the desk. So is the story with lynching. So is the story with abuse. So is the story with violence, terroristic threats. So my parents went through all that. And all I'm trying to tell you, brother, is that they told me certain things coming up about what the possibilities were. What's realistic for a black man. And they left me. So you try to take and make something positive out of that. We're resilient people. We want to achieve. Everyone wants to achieve, right? All of us. All people want to achieve. For some reason, there are people that come to this country who believe black people don't want to achieve. Yeah, the propaganda on us has really stuck. They really believe, they think that black people don't want to achieve. To them, all black people have gold teeth, live in the hood, and shoot each other. in. So yeah, you got to be empowered against that shit. I'm going to go to the next call. 216. You are live. What's your name? What's your comment? I'm sorry, 216.
Black Wolfpack.
Hey, what's up?
Tim Black Wolfpack.
Smooth.
This time from out of Seatown, Ohio.
Oh, okay. What's up, bro?
To your first caller, that was Della Reese, who got her pinky toe shot off by Eddie Murphy. Just for Yeah, but I wanted to, I see you got right with the Mississippi Madness, and I hope that the UPS, I hope they be accountable too for what they didn't do for him, So I hope we get around to that, and upgrade them charges on top of that,
Yes, sir.
But I got a question for you, Tim Black. You got any preachers in your family?
Preachers in my family.
Preacher?
Yeah, I had a brother on my dad's side, an uncle, man, that was a preacher, man, but I didn't know him too well.
Yeah, because I had enjoyed that conversation you had with Nina Turner, and you had on that collarless press. That's all it took to make you sharp. You were sharp. I just wondered, all you needed to do was cock that sky piece, AC Doocy, and strap a die-out to your side, man, and you could start in your own western. The sagger at Tim Black. Yeah, but on serious note, though, I noticed with Nina that, how her backdrop, they had the Cleveland, the backdrop from Cleveland, and then when you first had when you first came on, it was Cleveland's backdrop, and then they showed the capital of the Washington, where she going to Congress, and then they showed then she was sitting in that simple surrounding that she was in, with her blue on black outfit. But right behind her, all she had in the room looked like an aloe vera plant, which aloe vera is like for healing, it's something, it's a healing plant, and maybe that's what she wanted to bring. I don't know if that's what she was symbolizing, but that's what it could have been, try to heal part, some of this country that's just, that's going, But yeah. Also, and also your last, the second to last caller, he made some powerful statements. The power of politics. Yeah, he made some power. Yeah, conscious young brother, whoever he was. I just want to holler at you, and there was a nice little conversation y'all had, and y'all say the best for last, when you spoke on the reparations. So, yeah, I got satisfied then. I was, I was totally satisfied once.
Yeah.
At the end of the conversation. Yeah, so, so maybe, you keep doing what you're doing, man, because you do it well, and you bring topics that a lot of people, they don't just shy away from necessarily, but they don't have that astute, they just don't go to, you go right to the eye of the storm. You just be there, whoever it might take you, you go, and that's what I like about watching your program, and I watch yours more than anybody else's. So, wow, brother. So.
Hey, brother, thank you.
Man, and I'll be around.
Have a great weekend, my brother. I appreciate you out of Ohio, my brother.
Yeah, you do the same.
You know it, man. You know it. I'm going to keep it moving, man. Get some more people in the queue. They're waiting. They're hanging out for me. I got 231. 231, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Good evening, Tim. Abigail's dad up here in Michigan there. We'll start with CTC, cut the chat. But tonight I just going to take a minute here and kind of go a little slow because something close to my heart. I have been following the convoy. And something you said months ago, maybe even a year ago, sticks in the back of my brain ever since the night you said it. And that was, they're afraid of that silent majority in this country. The Carhartts, the work boots, those people that just don't say nothing, go to work every day. They're scared of them people. And they are scared to death right now of what they see happening north of the border. And my brother put it best tonight. I've been watching it. I've been watching the peaceful convoy up there. They shut down the bridge. I've been watching all that. And we were out on the lake tonight moving our fish shanties around. I was over in my brother's shanty, and we were showing him a picture of it, what's going on up there, and we're talking about it. And he hit the nail right on the head. Nothing ever been said truer than what he said tonight. He said they don't need to go to Washington. He says they don't need to go anywhere. He says truck drivers in this country don't need to do anything but turn the key off. They could be in a Walmart parking lot. They could be in a truck stop. They could be anywhere. The trucks stop moving. The country stops. They closed one bridge down in Detroit, and it shut down 5 auto manufacturing plants. One bridge. They have the power. They don't always know it, but they have the power. And you listen to No Joe. I'm with you. No Joe. I hate Joe. But you listen to Joe, and he's telling their president, their prime minister, you need to do something. You need to use your federal power, and you need to do something. That's pretty strong.
Wow.
That means they're scared. They're scared of what may come here. And you said it. You said it best. You said it. Who are they really afraid of? They ain't afraid of the black. They ain't afraid of the Mexicans. They ain't afraid of nobody other than the people that make this country go. And that's, and anybody, and a lot of people don't know truckers. And now I've owned 2 trucks. Right now I'm not trucking, but I've owned 2. And I can tell you from being on the road and being from sea to shining sea, that when we talk about truck drivers, we're talking about every minority. Every minority drives trucks. I don't care. You pick one. You pick one. They're represented. They're the most representative group of minorities in the country. You're a red dot Indian, you drive a truck. You're from Yemen, you're driving a truck. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. And they are scared right now. They are scared to death. And you watch, and I hope I'm not going long here for you tonight, but you watch this stuff, and I sit here with 2 parents. I'm 50. So my parents are 70, 173, and the other one is 82 now. And they're brainwashed. They watch that MSNBC and that CNN. I was out there the other night and literally mentioned the convoy. And this, I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. My mother looked at me and said, well, you know who's behind that convoy? And I just kind of looked because I've been following it. It's all grassroots movement. Yes, there's some organizers and stuff. But she looked at me and said, Elon Musk. And I just went, what? I walked out of there like scratching my own head. Like did I bump myself? Like I felt something snap upstairs like a fuse. And I got home and I said to the wife, I said, you ain't gonna believe what Ma just said to me. I said, you ain't gonna believe this. So she gets online and she finds this opinion piece article with a headline of something about Musk and the convoy, and then like the very last line something, and it was an opinion piece, and it really had nothing to do with it. But the system is broken. The system is broken. People believe stuff like that. And they're scared. And they've used all their scare tactics. If you're watching the social media, and I know how in tune you are, and by the way, don't look at Twitter. Just quit. I was on Twitter the other night, and talk about the meanest people on the planet. Just the meanest, rottenest, that Rogan and the day. I mean, these people need a hobby. Give them a shovel. Let them go dig a ditch somewhere. Wow. They need a hobby. They need to get that aggression out. I mean, quit looking, Tim. I was on there 20 minutes. I couldn't take it. I'm telling you. The only thing I did see on Twitter, and my wife was laughing so hard, I thought she was going to hurt herself, was she found some little video of this little kid going down a slide, and he bumps his head off both sides all the way down, and then it cuts immediately to a clip of Joe Biden trying to give a speech today. And I thought that said it all. But on that note, I mean, you're so right about that. I know those people. We all know those people. Whether you've been on the side of the road and a truck driver has stopped and didn't care what color you were and helped you push a car off to the side or helped you change a tire. I mean, we know those people. They're nice people. They're not very politically motivated people, most of them. They're just doing a job, trying to survive. And those are the people that scare the elite that run this country. Because heaven forbid, the silent mass is awakened. And they're looking north of that border right now, and they're scared. With that, you have a good night, Tim. Quit looking at Twitter. It's bad for your blood pressure.
I might take you up on that, brother. Thank you for the phone call. Brother Tim. You too, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? He might have something there. He might have a point. Maybe, look, what am I doing? Life's too short. I got my wolf pack. I got people that support the show. We want to do more. We're going to do more. We're going to build more. Hey, what am I doing? I'm going to go to the next call. That's what we're going to do. 847's next. 847, how you doing? You are live. What's your name? What's your comment?
847 projecting from heaven. Hello, this is Robert P. of the Shire, Chicago.
90 seconds.
Got things to get off my chest. It's on donating to Nina Turner. Last election, I refused to donate, right? Like the loud crowd said, dear Dems, no more. No more ignoring me and my needs. Dems lost my support. And Dems near making an enemy out of me, right? So People's Party are the only emails I'm accepting from now on. 2016 was an everyday American's attempt at democracy, right? I mean, we all remember that. And the delegates learned. It's a big club.
60 seconds.
We wanted to have our concerns and bad experiences with the institution heard, right? Because mistakes don't need repeating. And we got hooked and broomed off the stage as radicals. I mean, come on. I can't believe that. I mean, throwing chairs. You know, people who loudly withhold their votes, they have their uses, right? I can understand that, and I always look for that. And as a last line of consequence, and maybe becoming the only people the Dems care about, because Dems do outreach, not inreach. You know, can I get an inreach in the chat? You know, like inreach for me, Dem babies. I mean, what's going on here? Like, I'm trying to join the party, and you know, you're ignoring us, and like the truth of what's going on and the grassroots. At the same time, non-voters are the biggest asset to benefit people who do not, to benefit people who want to use the United States apparatus for their own pocketbook. You know, non-voters, apathy, that's what they want, because then they can use it for themselves. They can drive our democracy. We can't have that. And we all know that. Plato said one of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. I don't know what wine he was drinking, but he makes kind of a little bit of sense. And I had people who have inferior morals, inferior empathy, or inferior systems thinking, so they can't imagine a world beyond themselves. Anyway, last election, I didn't donate to Nina. And after you came back from your trip, you reminded me of a coach after a big game, okay, that we lost because we couldn't do the basics. We couldn't, work as a team. You laid it all out there, right? I mean, it was beautiful. You made a grown man. Okay, I'm a grown man. But you made a grown man hang his head in shame. I felt like a damn samurai having put my head on the ground. Because this is Nina Love and Turner we're talking about here. She's a champion of my priorities. She has a heart of justice. One corruption cannot touch, right? You know her. She doesn't shush my desires for a better America. She amplifies it. She turns the rock and roll up. This is how we fix what makes our system sick, our people sick. This is our hope for a free Cleveland This is our hope to free Cleveland from profiteers that seek to exploit an enterprise off the back of one of our nation's historic central cities. I love that movie where they had the Indians and the baseball. I mean, come on. I watched it like 20,000 times. Like Detroit, gluttonous vultures pick all the meat off our nation's bones until the rest of the citizens have to deal with the scattered scalping. Our blood is on those stripes. Our union and democracy make up our stars, right? Africans made Americans have been there since the beginning. I don't know what direction we're going. Remember the story of the Ark and the Flood? Why is it while our waters are rising, all the lions, all the elephants are just sitting in rising puddles in the park? There was nothing. And spiritual leaders aren't building, they're dividing. When the water rises, we all have no choice but to rise too. Rise to our better selves, our stronger selves. Rise as a people to chain together and push back on what's holding us back. If this is truly a democracy, then maybe we have a chance here. Can I get a cut the check in the chat, though? Let the algorithm get the message that we need to cut it. You got the check, you need to cut it, algorithm. Unless you're driving, then enjoy the vehicle.
My brother.
Okay, so Big Bird taught me it's wise to weigh my decisions on the balanced scales of my heart. And my heart says Cleveland doesn't need a real estate, property, profiteering, honest people loving Mrs. Nina smearing, corrupt, self-indulgent dealing leader at the helm. It needs Nina. It needs fellow Americans. That's us. You got this, lions and lionesses. You save the USA, you save the world. So thank you. This has been Bobby P. in the place to be. I believe in what you all have to offer. And until next time, Tim, thank you for bringing me back to the fight for humanity's soul. Peace.
You got it, brother. Give it up for Bobby P, y'all. All right, Bobby. All right, brother. Yeah, I believe that Nina Turner has a moral compass, and I believe it's set towards justice. And that's what I believe. I never felt anything wrong about anybody who got frustrated. I get that. It's just, we gotta take chances on people who have demonstrated that they will ride for us. It's still a chance. I cannot see the future. But if we don't take chances on people who have showed a backbone, what else we got? If those people betray us, it's a wrap. But my thing is, you can't preemptively throw the baby out with the bathwater. I know we're upset. I get it. Because if we need electoral politics to work for us to certain degrees, we got to take chances on some people. Because you can't have nobody. Can't have no people in one legislation. All right, I'm going to go next call. I talked enough tonight. 312. You live. Who is this?
Hey, Tim. It's Tony D from Illinois.
What's on your mind, Tony?
I want to talk about something that I've been thinking about a lot. And when it comes to the independent media space, progressive media space, if you call it that, there is way too much privilege in that space. And by that I mean white privilege, I mean straight privilege, male privilege. You just covered a story about Amir Locke. Meanwhile, a bunch of people were defending Joe Rogan, a white guy, for 10 different videos for 2 weeks. And there were a few people besides you covering Amir Locke, but very few. Jordan Sheridan mentioned that, Graham Elwood, and Mike Ferreira in his report. But to just spend 2 weeks defending a white guy who is a 100 millionaire while ignoring Amir Locke, who got killed in his apartment, that is an example of white privilege. And that's the kind of shit that these people in the independent media space keep doing. They focus on these friends of theirs, like Rogan, who they're friends with, instead of talking about Amir Locke, because they don't grow up around people like Amir Locke. And it's just their privilege shows so much. And even though as white people we're steeped in this white privilege, we can try to be better people to see what it's like for the black folks around us and try to amplify those stories. I get so frustrated with people who just stay in their white bubble and just talk about stories that affect people like them. I've been reading this book by Christian Parentheses, The Soft Cage, that I recommend to everyone about surveillance in American history. And he's written about how it wasn't just after 9/11 that Americans lost their civil liberties and turned to a surveillance state. We have always been that. Surveillance was happening in the days of slavery. Surveillance was happening when they started welfare. They surveilled the homes of black people. And so these are the issues that I've learned through books and through your show. And there have been over a dozen cases of police brutality that have been over the news that have gotten into this. And yet I still see people on YouTube who just want to ignore all that. And it really frustrates me, Tim. And it's just, I want to see more white folks online talking about this because it really matters. And that's all I got. Thanks, brother.
You got it, brother. Thank you for the phone call, Tony. Yeah, brother. Damn. What you want them to do, Tony? Cover it? Their hearts not be in it? Yeah, I know it sounds different. That's me saying that, but what do we get? You know? We get people covering it who could care less. People cover what they care about. You know? If these people are independent and they can cover whatever they want, they cover things that interest them. The audience watches coverage that they care about. If insert name of whatever person you're talking about, I don't want to bring up anybody. It's 2022, I said I'd stop doing that. But anybody's audience who's watching someone who doesn't cover those types of issues, guess what, Tony? They don't care about those issues. That's why they watch them. So I had to kind of accept that there's reasons behind why people do what they do. They may be nefarious or resentful or bigoted or whatever, or they may not be. They could just be business decisions. Hey, dog. We don't sell tofu here. You know? And if you want tofu, you gotta go down the block. This is a seafood restaurant. This is a container store. You're looking for boxes. Boxes are down there. So that's the way I had to kind of wrap my head around it and say, you know what? Live and let live. I know what I do, and I just do what I do, man. But thank you, Tony. I appreciate you. 310, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim, it's Smart Sister. What's up?
What's up, Smart Sister? How you been?
Talk to you in a minute.
Yeah.
I've been good, honey. Just trying to make it. I guess I just wanted to talk a little bit about Whoopi and the whole Jewish race thing. I mean, you can Google YouTube and find rabbis talking about how Jews are not a race. So, you know, Joe Rogan gets all this support, Whoopi, and which is kind of karma for her because you know some of the views she's had in the past. So now she getting a little bit of her own medicine, and she gonna find out all them folks she thought was in her corner are not. And what she said was true. I just can't get over. You know, you can call us everything but a child of God. You can talk about us. You can do whatever. Nothing happens. She says two little things that are true, and she gets thrown off the show. Now, I'm not a fan of hers, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And the basic thing is, you know, I'm so damn tired of they are not a fucking race. I'm sorry. Call me whatever you want. Don't call me late for dinner. The whole Semite, I always ask people, well, you're anti-Semitic. Well, what is a Semite? If you go back, the Jewish community, all of it is true. There's no need of people lying. Look it up, and it's all right there in front of your face. So basically, because they get upset about something she says, they, you know, cancel her. But they allow everybody on their shows or whatever to talk about us like a dog. So I say, well, maybe we need a black anti-defamation league and let us come out and say something every time somebody says something about us. I remember when the Jewish people wanting to dig up people out of graves. A graveyard left. If we dug up everybody that had something to do with slavery, you know what I mean? So I'm just sick of that whole thing. People need to be real. Jews are not a race.
Let's move on to the next topic. What else you got?
Huh?
Let's move to another topic,
Hello?
sister. Yeah, go to another topic. What else you got?
Okay. All right. I know that's touchy. I understand.
Yeah.
The whole thing too with you know, that brother getting killed. I just can't about take it no more. I don't know what we got to do, and then again, I do know what we got to do to stop this garbage. Okay, because how much I saw a little video. I might send it to you, Tim, of a little black girl crying, saying, why do they treat us different? You know, it broke my heart because I'm like, here we are, 2022, and our babies are still crying over how they being treated. It just broke me down. It really did. So I'm like, right now I'm working on a business thing. I'm going we got to start really, truly pooling our money and making people accountable for what they do because they're just killing us like flies and nobody cares. Just like what you said, people cover and talk about what they care about. And they don't care. And I don't know why black people, what else do these folks have to do to show you they don't care? And you still crying, Lord, please care. Could you please help us? We ain't got no. Stephen Biko many moons ago said, you don't have any friends. He said, black man, you on your own. And that's the truth. You know, anybody that does want to help can help. I'm not indicting every white person. Don't get me wrong. But my whole thing, what I say to them is, if it was enough of you, why are we still in the situation we in? Okay? Obviously, y'all got to step it up too, because something ain't right because we still talking about the same stuff today that we talked about 50 years ago. So that's it. That's all I got. See you later.
All right, sister, go on now. Goodness gracious, trying to get me shut down off this thing. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it moving. I could say some stuff, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Oh, she said, "What do you gotta? What else gotta happen? What else gotta happen for you to realize? Smell the damn coffee." 352, you're live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Oh, Tim, that ain't right. That ain't right, babe. I don't know how you do it, but I'm a little lost tonight. I give you all the respect. And well, Tim, can I just ask you, really, at the end of the day, it's not like everybody wants to call and give you the answer. I want to know how you do it. I want to know how you do. What's really in that coffee mug when you're drinking it? What the hell are you drinking that you could do this every night? What are you doing? You taking some magic pills and some magic medicine. How do you do this every night? I love everybody. Everybody does it. But to do it every night like you do, bro, people don't know. That's a whole different level. I could tune in once in a while and listen. And like, okay, you do it every fucking night. Every freaking night. Every week. Every month. Every year. You sure you're not cracking up, bro? You got my number. Call me. If you feel like you're going to the beach, call Mo. I got to call you. I'm cracking up, guy. I need to talk to you before I go. I don't know how you do it. But I got your back with every day. And I got you. I don't know how you do it. Nobody even... Do you realize what Tim's really doing? Do you realize? Does anybody know he's listening to people every night? And I'm like, there's got to be some magical stuff in that fucking thermos. There's got to be some. When he takes that sip, that ain't coffee. There's something that makes him like, I'm good. I can listen to this. I'm like, how does he do it? And I fucking, okay, at the end of the day, I'm not saying everybody, we got to do a lot of things, but you do it every night. You do it every week. You do it every month. You've done it for freaking year after year. Anybody could do things for a fucking little bit and say, hey, I did that for a couple of months. Yeah. Did you do it for 10 years to not lose your mind like Tim did? That's shit off the chain. It's like, I'm like, bro, don't go to a pen and tell. You don't have to let them take you away. They're taking me away. They're taking me away. Call me. Don't let them ever make you crack up. Call me. Say, yeah. What? Yeah, I need to talk to you. Let's have a beer. Don't let them make you crack up because at the end of the day, all things being said, you listen to this shit every night, every week, every month, every year, and I love you. And I'll leave it at that. I got to give you just mad respect on that. I love you. Good night, my brother. I'll talk to you too. The next time I talk to you about something, I'm doing it. But right now, tonight had to be all about how do you do it? Oh, I got it. It ain't coffee. There's a little drinking rum in that shit or something. You got to be.
Give it up for my man Gary, y'all. Gary in the house, y'all. Gary in the house. I tell you. I don't know, Gary. I ain't gonna let him take me. I ain't gonna let him drive me crazy, though. You know what? People. I learned a lot from the show, too. You guys don't realize. I listen to you guys. Gary's right. I do listen. And if someone has a different opinion, I'll weigh it. I may not think at the time, I'm trying to figure it out, like, where this person's coming from. I got to check it out and all this stuff. But, you know, part of doing this job is being open to being wrong. If you want to do it well, anyway. 423, you're live. Then I'm going to go to 919. So 423, you're live. How you doing?
Hi, Tim. It's Nikki Goldenheart.
Nikki, what's up?
From the chat. I wanted to call in. It's a little off topic, but because I'm afraid you'll lose it in all the Twitters that you get, I have an idea, but I'm not smart enough to execute something like this. So maybe you or people out there might be able to consider it and maybe do something. But you were talking about, I think it was earlier in the week, about supporting more Black businesses. And I was wondering, maybe we need a location where we can see who has Black-owned businesses and how we can support them, either by being around or being online and buying their stuff. Kind of like how Killer Mike did in Trigger Warning. And also, you know, like once Killer Mike gets his bank off the ground, I want to be one of the first people to donate. But, you know, I don't know how to, like I said, I'm not good with web design or any of that stuff. I'm just an older white lady, you know, that listens to your show. But, you know, I thought it'd be a really good idea because I would like to be able to support more Black businesses. But I live in the middle of Amish country, so there's no Black people here,
right.
Unfortunately. And, you know, there's really nowhere around to go. So, you know, I'd like to be able to do something from way up north here in the tippy corner of Ohio. And other than that, I can't believe you made me follow Gary. That's hard to do. And thank you for everything that you do and for your fire and your spirit. And we all appreciate everything that you do out there. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much. You all have a great weekend. Love you, Wolfpack.
Love you back. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you for the phone call.
Oh, then cut the check.
Cut the check. She said cut the check, y'all. Give it up for Nikki, y'all. She said cut the check. Novel idea. I think that exists. I think it does exist. Something to consider, right? You know, and you know, buying stuff that you. It sounds like Nikki wants to buy stuff that she already purchases, and just maybe buy from Black vendors more often. Very simple concept. I tell people all the time, like, one of the reasons why I got into a beef, and I noticed on my channel, I did a video about this guy, Patrick Bet David. Because he was talking, he's successful in like this multi-level thing he does or something, I don't know. So he was real cocky and he's like, anybody could do this, anybody can be successful, he's got to try harder. Black people have a victim mentality, you got to work harder, no one owes you nothing. Like, I'm a grown-ass man, so is this guy. This guy, Patrick Bet David is anybody over 40, you have no excuses to be so dumb. And he's like, about 45, I think. So he's a grown man. So if you're young, you you think willpower is everything. I used to think that too when I was a kid. I got older, I realized some things. Black women, for instance, start more businesses than white men. Did you know that? Yeah, Black people are very entrepreneurial, especially Black women. Their businesses fail a lot. And you know why? Well, first of all, most businesses fail. But Black businesses fail primarily due to undercapitalization. That means we don't have any money. Now, why don't we have money to put into our businesses? Because we don't have money. We have no wealth. We don't have a rich uncle or aunt. We don't have a property left over from a grandparent who was redlined out of being able to buy certain properties. Discrimination, no GI Bill, no Homestead Act. Do you know a quarter of the wealth of the Homestead Act is still in the system? A quarter of the wealth is from that. And it kind of sucks that we didn't get any of it, doesn't it? See, I put that video out there, and most people didn't give a shit about him. They didn't watch it. So anyway, Nikki's coming up with a way to try to lessen these problems and do something positive. So I agree. I appreciate that. It's just that, So having a small business is tough for anybody. But if you don't have money or to get a loan, you got to get a loan from a bank. You can't get a loan from a bank. We know about discrimination in bank loaning, higher interest rates in bank loaning, all these things. So all these barriers are stacked against black business people. Even online. There's studies done about if I sell something online, people need to not know who I am, not know what I am. Get what I'm saying? Yeah. Faceless, no voice, no pictures. Then you got a real shot. 919, you are live. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hello, am I on?
You're live.
Oh, okay. This is Calvin outside of Raleigh, North Carolina. How are you doing?
Hey, what's up, Calvin?
Yeah, I was just thinking about things. I'm always thinking. Both parties, to me, they're just corrupt. I mean, they're in cahoots together. You got the rich and the corporations who corrupted everything. You got capitalism, which is exploiting the heck out of everybody, especially black people. They just dump this load of exploitation on us because we're at the bottom of the ladder and everything. But, voting can't be our only tactic because both parties aren't working for you. Both parties are out to get you. It seems like they only care about their masters, the rich, and protecting their wallets. And that should be more obvious to people, especially after this coronavirus thing. Who they get the bulk of all that bailout money? Not me and you, but corporations and the rich people, But, it's like anything. The tax system's corrupt. The justice system's corrupt. You say, what can people do other than voting? And economic, maybe guerrilla tactics, like shut something down so we don't buy gas or either taking money out the banking system, But then I say, these politicians, like I say, they only out to protect their masters, the banks and the corporations. But what do we get? We get crumbs. We get the leftovers. We don't get no Medicare for all. We don't get free college. We don't get reparations. We don't get college loans written off or anything like that, And trusting politicians is hard, but they're the ones who we give them power to. But do they do anything that benefits the masses of people? No. They turn around and do things that you say, why did you do that for? That hurts us, And you say, well, it doesn't make any sense. But it does make sense because, it's all a structure, the way they got society set up. But, I said the economic tactics people could try, maybe even try co-op businesses to compete against these huge corporations and everything. And, I say, one thing I'm looking at, like, from a black point of view, desegregation just killed, like, the black economy. And you can't do for yourself if you don't have nothing to do it with. If you ain't got capital, what can you do except go with your hat in your hand and go begging somebody to give you a handout to help you get something or give you a job when you get out of college? You got our best and brightest people. What they do? We can't give them jobs because the black economy, it don't really exist like it should, But I say, you look at the structure with the, Congressional Black Caucus, the Justice Democrats. If they really want to be a cog in a wheel, they could do that, but they go along and rubber stamp whatever corporate agendas being pushed through. They could say, well, you know what, but they don't. And that's what I say, voting, getting politicians in there, if they don't use their little bit of whatever they got, if they're a minority, power block in there, they could do that, but they don't. And so my faith in the politicians is not, I'm like, what can people do? Because only thing they're going to try to do is give you a lot of lip service. Just give us the power. And when we get in there, we'll do this. And then when they get in power, they say, oh, we can't do that. We need to be this bipartisan. We need to do this. And then when they lose and get out of power again, they say the same thing. If you only give us the power to do this, we would do all this for you. And everything would be rainbows and candy and everything. But that's basically all I got to, say to you tonight. And I appreciate your show. Thank you.
All right, Calvin. Thank you, brother. Oh, Calvin sounds like all of us, doesn't he? Excuse me. Yeah, the frustration level. Oh, God. Oh, the frustration. Frustration Central. Well, look, guys, what a show, right? I want to thank everybody that called in tonight. Iron Man Oz, John Masters, Najee, my brother from Ohio, Abigail's dad, Bobby P, Tony D, small sister Gary, Nikki, and Calvin. You stepped into the ring of fire. You sat on the hot seat and you delivered, so thank you. Good times. What can I tell you guys? It's something else. We got a lot coming up. This Sunday, I released my video of my interview with Lanice Bias, the mother of both Lynn and Jay Bias. And it's an important video, so I hope that you check it out. I will send announcements. I will send texts and emails, and I'll post it on Facebook, YouTube, and Patreon to everyone. Yeah, please check it out because it means a lot. Some stuff. Okay, that's it. That's really all I got, guys. Have a great weekend. I'm going to go to comments now, though. That's my bad. Comments. Context matters. Freedom Friday, rock and roll. Shutter Hughes in the house. Salute Brother Tim and the Wolfpack. Freedom Friday. Cut the check. It's a great way to start the weekend. Pam Hall in the house. What's up, Pam? Crypto Mojito. What up, fam? Clarence Diggs in the house. What's up, C? CD in the house. Kush. They want an end to the mandates because a lot of the workers lost their jobs because they didn't get vaccinated. It's been peaceful protests. Thanks, Kush. Andre says, to be fair, it would be important for him to clarify whether he's against the entire development or just the affordable housing. Who else is against the development and why? Too little context to judge. Anthony Maliki. This white boy trucker will block the streets for BLM. I've known you since Drunken Peasants. Thank you for defending us truckers and being anti-censorship. Solidarity. Well, that's respect, bro. Damn, I did Drunken Peasants like 8 years ago. You've been around for a minute, bro. Respect. Left is best. Get off the road, get off the road, truckers, or break our National Guard or SWAT like they do against Native Americans, protecting the water from the oil companies. Damn, Johnson. Wow. That's a point to take, huh? That's a point of view to have. I don't think anybody should get jacked up, Johnson. Come on, left is best. And not supporting no dapple. William McGregor in the house. Tim Black holding down the fort. What's up, Will? How you doing, bro? No, there was no William tonight. What's up? Sally Thompson in the house. Just to let you know I'm here to keep loud and strong, Wolfpack. Love. My people, my people, my people, my people, my people, my people. We are who we are. Tell them who you came to see. All right. Have a great weekend. Y'all know where to find me. Lynn, what's up, Lynn? Welcome to the Wolfpack, Lynn. Give it up for Lynn. That's a new member. I'm Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter. Tim Black and Night on Instagram. I got your back. We may not always agree, but please know I always got your best interests, our best interests at heart. I don't do this fight for myself. It's for my kids. I mean well, but sometimes I mean. All right, guys, have a good weekend. I'll talk to you soon. And with that, booyaka.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to timblacktv.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.
Let me ask you something. Do they know us? When I say they, I mean the talking heads on cable news. Do they know you? I mean, they talk about the world as if it's a sport. They play political games, report on our pain, rack our brain to feed the stock exchange, but do they know us? Do they know what we care about? Nope. They're too far away. They can't see us. They can't feel us. They can't relate to us. See, when you want to know what's going on in your world, trust someone who lives in your world. Subscribe.
Most news shows are suspect. They don't focus on Black issues, and when they do, it's all fluff. How does that help your life? How does that help your family? How does that help the culture? They don't. The Tim Black Show is different. Tim Black gives you news for people who can't stand the news. Real, authentic, researched, entertaining, on point. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. Visit www.timblacktv.com today. Get Black breaking news, politics, culture from someone you can trust. timblacktv.com. Join us today.